Hello everyone, welcome to We Are Geek. My name is Sean. Today I plan to unbox a new game that arrived in the mail, and I'm really excited about it. This is by Awaken Realms. The game is called Tainted Grail. Now, this game arrived in two waves. Last year, I received the first wave, which came with the core box, as well as the Monsters of Avalon, which was just a series of figures that just made the game look really cool. Awaken Realms is especially known for its miniatures, which are gorgeous and highly detailed. And as we open up this one today, I plan on showing you those miniatures and hopefully giving you some close-ups. All right, so in this box is Wave 2. It's basically the base pledge, which was Wave 1 and the Wave 2 base pledge, plus some additional add-ons, and I don't exactly remember what I purchased, so part of the fun is seeing what's inside the box. So let's get started, cut this thing open, and see what's inside. Alright, so here we go. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Ooh. Alright, looks like we got some encounter cards. This is where you find the people that you're going to either have experiences with fighting, or possibly a diplomacy type mission. We've got Tainted Grail mounted heroes. I'm very excited about this. We'll open this one up in a minute. Oh boy, this is heavy. This is really heavy. We got Age of Legends and Last Night campaigns. Wow. We've got the foam game mat. This thing is much longer than I expected. Can't wait to see that. And we've got the companions. I'm excited about this. I can't wait to show you this one. Okay. So let's do this one at a time. So first of all, Tainted Grail is a story basically based on the lore of King Arthur, the folklore of that area, the region, different mythology, and basically whatever Awaken Realms wanted to throw into it to make it cool. This is not a direct translation of the original stories. This is inspired by. So they wanted to make it as exciting and fun as possible. So in this one, it's actually after King Arthur's died, and Avalon has just fallen into chaos. And the weird, as they call it, is slowly taking over the land. And that's where all your dangerous magical creatures are coming from. And they're just making it really rough for humans. The story starts off with the last adventurers going off and disappearing forever. So you basically have a team of people who are typical people with problems trying to save Avalon, and they're like the last hope for everyone. So part of the fun of the game is each of the characters you can choose from has an advantage and a disadvantage, because they're not just perfect adventurers, they're very flawed characters. So that's where the game starts, and that was in Wave 1. Now, Wave 2 shows us this one. This is the Age of Legends and the Last Night campaign. So the game actually gives you a lot of game here. 400 years in the future, you go back to Avalon for the Last Night campaign. That's where the story ends. So you go 400 years into the future, you get a new set of characters, and you continue the story. It actually doesn't seem like things went very well for the first set of adventurers, because things got it even worse. They say it has more of a winter seasonal theme to it, so the game's even darker. Let's see what's inside this box. All right, we've got a save sheet. They've got a save system. We've got our character descriptions. There's a lot of story in this game. They are just so filled with words, which really helps flesh it out and make it come alive. We've got our character boards. So in this game, you've got 4 new characters, and let's find their minis because that's all fun. Check out this exploration journal. This thing is huge. So basically this is just filled with story. You're going to travel through the lands, and you are just going to read parts of this book depending on where you go. And you have a lot of freedom to go where you want to go. And the other exploration journal, because as I said, this is actually 2 expansions. 400 years in the future would be the last night right here. And then you actually go back into the past 1,000 years from the end. And you see where King Arthur arrived and how everything sort of falls apart. So these are the land cards, these larger oversized cards. This is the map that you basically build. So there's a lot of these, a lot of exploration. You've got tons of the different cards. This game is card heavy, a lot of text, but man, it's fun. So we've got, oh, I see a Grail in there, very King Arthur-y. More cards, more cards. Oh boy, more cards. And ooh, I see the pack donkey cards. I'm excited about these. So here's our minis, which I'm going to have you get closer for these at the end, but I can definitely see we've got the characters. We've got 4 characters for the first adventure and then 4 characters for the last adventure. And the little bonus donkey right here. This little dude, he works in all of the games. You can take him with you. You have to feed him, which makes getting food a little tougher, but he also has some cool advantages, which is what the pack donkey cards are for. And he can help your team out. So I'm actually really excited about these silly little animal add-ons things, because I think it just makes the game way more fun. So I know the game had different knights, and this is more of a musician. They had a hunter character, a witch character. So they have a really good variety to choose from. These are the mounted heroes. Now, this was an optional purchase. You actually don't need it to play the game, and it really doesn't add any game value. From what I'm told, it's completely aesthetic. But when you've got a game that looks this amazing and miniatures that look this amazing, sometimes you just want them to look even more amazing. So, mounted heroes, let's see where they all lie. You actually get all of the adventurers from all 3 of the campaigns. And rather than just their small little miniature, like this, you get them on a giant animal. It just makes everything so much more cool. So we've got this guy riding a horse of some kind. See it? I mean, these aren't even real creatures. This thing has massive legs. It looks like a spider-like thing. Oh, this one's awesome. This one's got some really cool horns. I mean, look at that. That's so sweet. The details on these things are just incredible. And it's not even just the details on the figure, but even the bases. Like, they added stonework to the base here. And then a lot of them have just basic stone structures, but each one is unique and different. So it really makes the game come alive and look alive. So I'll be sure to show you these also at the end. We'll get some close-ups of all of these. But we still have one more thing I really want to look at, which is the player mat. This player mat is beautiful and massive. It's got places for all of the major cards that you're going to use. This grid right here, this is where you're going to build your world. So the land cards are going to be in here, and different ones are going to be in different places. And it's going to have menhirs. The menhirs are basically like lanterns almost, but you can only go where the menhirs light. So if the menhir goes dark, you lose access to those areas and there's penalties. So you keep your menhirs lit. That opens up the world, and then you basically can explore like any sort of role-playing type game. It's very open-ended, and you can just travel from place to place. I like how this map has just a little bit of land in the background, but it doesn't distract you from the board. Everything's faint, gives you a little idea of where the cards are going to go, but once again, it's not bold, and it just feels passive, which is nice. You know where everything's going to go, but it's not distracting. So overall, this looks great. And I'm really excited about these miniatures. And I really look forward to going on this adventure because, I mean, there's just hundreds and hundreds of pages here. I mean, my goodness, there is so much story here for us to confront. We could be doing this for the next 3 years. Plus, if you finish it the first time, you can go through it another time. And it will be different. It's never going to be the same thing twice. So the companions were the last thing in the box that we found. The companions are just little animal creatures, and man, I am a sucker for little cute animals that go into big epic adventure games like this. So we've got 4 little creatures that you can have tag along with your team. We've got a crow, a feral cat, a piglet, some bags with it. I love the detail in that. And what looks like a badger we can see on the side of this. A mysterious badger. Ooh, mysterious. All right, these are going to be fun. So here's everything laid out with the character boards and both their mounted figure and their standard figure. It really looks like they took a lot of time to think through the backstories of these characters and give them creatures that they thought would match and work aesthetically as well as with the story. Those sort of details are really what makes this game shine. And back here you've got your companions and the starting characters from the first wave, now with new upgraded models. So here it is in all its glory, Tainted Grail by Awakened Realms, Wave 2. We've got our 2 expansions, we've got our playmat, we've got some beautiful figures, thousands of cards and pages of story. This thing is going to take me a decade to get through because it takes me a long time to get through games this big. But I'm excited. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to just leave it on my table for a while just so I can think about it all the time. This just looks awesome. So I will be sure to add some photos at the end of this so you can get a better look at the miniatures. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching We Are Geek. I look forward to seeing you at our next video. Remember to like and subscribe and comment below about what you think of this game, especially if you've played it and even if you haven't. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.